What up, peeps? It's your girl, Come Back One Takes. Well, it's that time, guys. It's a reaction time. This will be for the series through Disney titled Echo. I have been waiting for this to drop. I'm so excited, and I really was hyped after watching the trailer that I reacted to last year, forgive me now, in 2024. Just seeing the main character played by Alekwa Cox. I hope I'm saying her first name correctly. My apologies if I'm not. Playing, of course, Maya Lopez, aka Echo, and then of course we're going to see some other faces within the actual show, which I'm excited about. Which of course one of them being Kingpin, played by Vincent D'Onofrio. Love me some him. And there's some other characters in here. I remember in the trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing. I think his name is Zahn McClammon, and then I know another one. I'm definitely a fan of her. I want to say, what is it, Tentu Cardinal. So those two automatically, and I think we might be getting, of course, a glimpse, if I'm not mistaken, of our buddy coming back, Charlie Cox. So I'm excited about that as well. But there's some other faces in here I recognize, but I'm not remembering their names. So please, don't fault me for that. But just excited to see this. I did see an interview with a couple of these characters, mainly Maya Lopez and another gentleman who just kind of alluded to certain things about the character, especially the gentleman, what's his intentions and all that in regards to how he fits in regards to the dynamic with Echo. And I'm really looking forward to him because he was in a couple of movies I've seen in the past, and I really am a fan. I wish I could remember his name. I might post it up here. But yes, definitely am looking forward to seeing Maya Lopez, aka Echo, do her things. In that trailer, it was so freaking good, and I was here for every bit of it. So this first episode is titled, I want to say, is it Chafa? I hope I'm saying that correctly. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll say there was some thoughts then you guys. Oh wow, I recognize her.
Where's Chapa's name? It's Chafa. She saved her family from their cave. No, we're cousins.
Everybody should love something that much. I think you're peaches.
The tent.
Oh my god. No, poor baby. Oh my god.
I found out who cut the brakes. They're taken care of.
Oh, you think that makes me feel better? That another family is now
It
destroyed?
makes me feel better.
You took her from us. You.
All right, I think it's time to go.
No. It's time for him to go.
Henry got me a job.
Where? New York.
Isn't that far enough?
No.
Oh wow.
Well, she's really hurting.
We all are.
Exactly.
No. No.
I go too. No! No!
You're going to grow up and have a different life than me. I want yours to be better.
Maya.
Oh boy.
Ready? Fight!
Let me help you release this rage in a more constructive way.
I can't believe Kingpin has us babysitting this kid, man. Took me years to get my first assignment.
You're clear. Hands up.
Really?
Okay. Okay. We go in there, shoot people. You cool? Kingpin thanks you for your loyalty.
Hey, what?
No, it's cool, bro. They're expecting us. Yeah.
Girl, you gonna help or watch? Oh.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn.
And screwed everything up.
Nice.
What you lacked was a place and a purpose. You have that now with me. We're family. Yes. Good. And I've dedicated all my resources into bringing your father's killer to justice. I hope you know that.
When you find him, he's mine.
Oh. Oh. Almost cussed.
You and I were the same. Your boss wanted your father dead.
Oh.
Yes, your boss.
You and I, your father, we're family.
It's me, Biscuits! Oh my God!
I have a headache, okay? You ain't from here, but you look familiar. So what's it gonna be? Well, it's $5 to watch. Or you can go ahead and spend that $5 on a Butterfinger Blizzard.
Interesting.
So they finally caught up to you. Bullet or blade?
Dental floss. Deep breath.
If she finds out you were here and you didn't see her, you will break her heart. I figured you needed more from me than stitches. I won't bring a war here. To the people I love and who love you. I never saw you. We didn't have this conversation.
Recuperating. Not in the first episode, ain't no way. All right, you guys, I enjoyed this first episode. It's definitely laying some groundwork with definitely some backstory and it's seeing, of course, some of the present day scenes in regards to the story with Maya Lopez. And I will say this, that opening scene definitely grabbed me because I wasn't sure exactly what was going on, but seeing how we were learning about some of the culture from the natives, in regards to the story that, little Maya was actually, I'm assuming, just telling, with her cousin Bonnie, who she also sees, of course, and likes to refrain is seen as a sister now. We do see the dynamic where we getting, introduced to, of course, her father, William, played by what is it, McClammon? I keep forgetting his name, and then also her mother, and then you see, of course, the grandparents, of course, the Tantu who plays the grandmother, and then also the grandfather who was played by another actor I'm fully aware of. His name is what is it, Graham Greene. So I just like how I just kind of see them talking all that, and this is all happening. I think it's at 2000. Was it 2007? It said it was, or something like that. 2000. I could be getting the date off wrong, but needless to say, just kind of seeing them just kind of talking, discussing all that, and her being, just, being a kid and all that. But then things take a turn. You see how she, of course, comes back from in the rain from being, where they were all kind of covered, her and her, cousin wants some hot chocolate, but there's nothing home. So her mom was like, let's go and get some and all that. So they go out. Unfortunately, the accident happens. You see something happens, with the brakes, and then it causes a very severe accident, which Maya loses her mother, and she's, of course, badly injured and loses, her leg, use of her leg. Now, we definitely see how certain things come up when a grandmother, someone confronts the father, William, while, Maya's in her room talking about, I told her she shouldn't have got with you, these gangs and nothing, all that, and, saying, I will never forgive you, and that he might have another job, in New York City. She's like, is that far? He's like, that's not far enough. And I'm like, I understand because that she lost a loved one. He lost a loved one. Maya lost her mother. So I made a comment where I was just like, that's not helping. It's not going to bring, her mother back, so that's kind of unfortunate. But, just like, her husband, said, he's like, she's hurting. And I'm like, I can understand it, but it's like taking out him, it's not going to do anything. Maya truly was in the dark at first, but you can clearly see that eventually she must have found out from her dad and they show them packing to go to New York. Now, it does fast forward a little bit. You do see where they are kind of getting situated. I said it's a full culture shock being in New York City amongst, these other, young little kids, not knowing anybody, trying to get acquainted. And then her father setting up to, learn something so she can protect herself, being that she's young, you already know the dynamics of anybody who's in, elementary, middle, and high school, and then being that, she has a little bit of a disability, at times there might be some individuals who might, bother her. She should be able to kind of somewhat protect herself, not using that as, gauge to go and fight, but being able to, in case, some sort of bully or bullies, as they say. I don't know if we're going to get any flashbacks for that, but I will say, seeing how they kind of definitely fast forward to her being much older. And it just looks like, I don't know, 16, 17 years, past, you're probably making it current day pretty much. And you see her, just fighting, but clearly something happens where we do see some, events, of course, occur and was not expecting what I was planning to see in this first episode. Of course, we definitely get to see, of course, Fisk, aka Kingpin, and then of course we see a scene where all these individuals, are being killed. I want to say, at whatever, one of Fisk's, probably companies or businesses and all that. And the sad part is that Maya's father ends up getting hurt, and that is so unfortunate. But when we find out who it is, I literally was shocked. I really was. I said, the way, of course, they set up with the overall look is not like the original costume you would see previously, but knowing that it's Clinton Barton, aka Hawkeye, and then confronting when he, presents himself, being that Kingpin's like, we're going to find out who, is your father, and she's like, he's mine. I wouldn't have any other way. When he says all that, and the look on his face when she does make that comment, in the back of my head, I'm like, why do I feel like you have something to do with that? But I want to know why you would do that to her and put her father in that situation. So there could be more layers to it, and I could be jumping the gun, but I'm just like, Clint Barton just out here killing. He's like, someone else killed your father, and I'm like, okay. I don't know if that was him in there or somebody else did it and looked at this disguise wise. I could be kind of jumping the gun and talking off cuff. Somebody could probably come in my comment section and correct me. I appreciate that, and nothing wrong with that. But I will say this, him saying that to her thinking he's lying, but then eventually, clearly some things must have transpired for her to truly believe that he did it, because you see the instance where she confronts him and he's looking all disheveled in his white suit, and then eventually she shoots him, and she shoots him in his eye. I really thought she was going to shoot him more than just once. Like, you thought that would be enough. He a big boy. I don't know. So, needless to say, from there, it shows her leaving. She goes back to Oklahoma, kind of trying to kind of settle some stuff. Now, anybody will tell you when you're dealing with Kingpin, he definitely has a lot of resources and all that. So if he's definitely in the hospital, because at first we don't see that, we're thinking he's supposedly dead, things, must have, I don't know if they were kind of keeping him hidden. She wasn't sure, or she knows that he was in the hospital and decided, let me do certain things and put things in motion. So before he, of course, maybe wakes up or whatever and all that, she can kind of take over, in New York City. But I will say this, in the midst of her also doing what she was doing, we get to see a very familiar face, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, and I love the fight sequence between the two, because he was just like, the things he made a comment, I kind of caught half of it, so it means that certain things were kind of transparent, whatever, and all that, and it kind of messed it up. Probably from, I think I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not too far off. But it's very interesting to say the least. How, especially when it has to do with Daredevil and, the backstory on him and Kingpin. So we remember how that went, and it was really good. I just love their scenes together. Truly, just in full engaged. But with her, being that she goes back home, she has an agenda. And then you see she eventually runs into a cousin, I think name's Biscuit. Love that. And then kind of letting her, like keep it between you and I don't want, too many people like pretty much knowing, because she breaks into her grandma's house. So what's going to happen is you see her meeting up with her uncle, named Henry. And that is the gentleman I had noted at the beginning of this video. I couldn't remember, I want to say his name is Chase. I want to say Chase Spencer. I could be saying the first name incorrectly. My apologies. But I'm a fan of some of his previous work. So I'm curious about him, even though right now, him wanting to be helpful to her, of course, she got injured and he had somebody come in and kind of fix her wound. But she, of course, has agenda. You see them looking down, overlooking, where they are, to kind of see where, first of all, She's there. She sees Bonnie. Prior to that, it's like, if you better let her know you were here because she will be hurt and all that. But if she's like, that's not none of her business. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But then also when she shows her in regards to what she's there for, and he's like, I need you to help me with this. They had a kingpin, whatever. It's time for them to have a queen. And when she said it that way, I was just like, oh, really? Okay. So that's very interesting to me that she wants to do this business. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, she can, hold herself and all that, but then can you hold off so much? Because it's going to be a lot of people who are going to vie for Kingpin or are loyal to him. I'm not going to just run in line with you that easily. You have not been working with him long and all. Even those two guys, that she went in there where he gave her a duty to do with those two and came in there, she, showed she grew herself, but they're like, I worked her up in the ranks, and you come out of nowhere, maybe, I don't know what, a year's time, and then you circle with the 5 months added on to that, what, maybe 12 months she's probably been helping whatever within the business, whatever he's needing, and her uncle was just like, you're not bringing a war here. And you're right. Because if they get whiff of whatever you're using, whoever helped you, they're going to come for you. And that's your weak spot. Even though she wants to act like, it's not my business. I don't care what y'all think. But you come to town to ask some family you have not seen in over 10 plus years to help you. It's not going to run smooth like you think. I don't know what she thought, that he was just like, I'm act like I didn't see you. But one person who saw you, and you see what happens, the guy at the skating rink, when he was kind of getting looked. So it's like, pretty much, I think he's definitely some sort of mole. He's kind of been in for a minute, even though Henry's been working for him a lot. But it makes me wonder as well about Henry. What are your intentions? Do you know that your guy who works with your name, what is his name, Vicky, whatever his name was, he reached out to somebody, is that little money still on the table? If we, find a person who tried to kill Kingpin. So I'm like, do you really know the person you're working with? So he came in and you put that time in, or he's like a plant that Kingpin put there. If so God forbid something, came out of turn with Maya. So he uses to kind of, use it against her and all that, or make it seem like somebody's done something to elude her, from getting onto his trail. I just want to know why he had her father killed. Why would you do that and then try to blame somebody else for that? So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the conclusion as all the other episodes, and see how it builds up and all that, because that's going to be some sort of showdown. She might need some help because, like I said, when I saw the scenes between Daredevil and Kingpin, Kingpin held his own, and Kingpin will be so hurt. He doesn't want to hurt her probably physically, but now that she shot him, he ain't gonna be too happy with you. And he gonna want her to kind of pay in some way, even if he doesn't take her life, whatever, and all, but show her for her to be, kind of stay in line with him. But she's been through a lot. The rage in her from losing her mother, then also losing her dad. Hopefully the family can kind of chip away a little bit at her and all that, and kind of find a way to get to her. But again, I don't know if all the family can be trusted. Henry's number one on my eyes. I don't know why, but I just don't know. So we'll just have to see as the episodes, continue on, so I can kind of get a little bit more insight into him and how he, ticks. But a great first episode. Truly enjoyed this one. So with that said, you guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll see you guys next reaction. You guys take care.